All right, I waited an extra 5 or 6 seconds to come on. Hopefully, it does not in mid-sentence this time. Everyone, just wanted to come up on and do an update on my stub parasite cleanse. The program I'm myself is just for you guys to be able to watch if you want. It's not medical advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, and for you to do your own work, research, inner guidance, and get help from someone that you trust who knows about this stuff. But we're all in this together, and I feel like it's important for myself to be documenting where I am so that I can see progress. And then if this helps others, great. That's why I wanted to come on today, because in my last video, I spoke about the first time I took the equine apple flavored, which is artificial apple flavored ivermectin. And then 4 days later, which was last night, I took the second dose of that. And so I wanted to come on because someone left a comment, and you can read that down below, about a Dr. Lodi, Dr. Thomas Lodi. And I'm going to turn this around to show you. Okay, how to fully treat parasites. She left a link to his YouTube. And in this YouTube video, he speaks about the importance of not undertreating parasites. And he gives a lot of beautiful gems that we need to know about in order to move forward in a way that does not make, things worse. So that's what's important. And so I thought I would share this. Now I'm looking into alternative ways, and I'm going to continue to search for those things. Like, if I continue on his type of program that he says is very much needed, that you hit them hard 3 times a day for many things, sometimes 2 times a day, all at the same time, like 5 antiparasitics, and then also treating the fungus, because those are interconnected, interrelated, and where there's one, there's another. So hitting that, and there's some other things that he also added within our teeth. When we have teeth issues, there is parasites in there, and there's anyways, if you watch his video, he'll tell what the names of these parasites are, these worms, or these one single cell protozoas that need particular types of treatments, herbs, or he uses these antiparasitics that are in more of the pharmaceutical form, I guess you would say, for animals and all of that kind of stuff that we are able to get. So like I said, I'm doing my research, do your own. So I was thinking that maybe doing his type of schedule with doing large doses in what I've already researched through Dr. Robert Morse and some others are safe levels for myself, okay, of the wormwood, the black walnut, the diatomaceous food grade earth, and quassia, maybe adding in the ivermectin if need be, and the fenbenzabole, I don't know how to say all these names, and some of these other ones if need be. So that's where I'm at, but just looking at those herbs, the wormwood, the black walnut, the neem powder, and the quassia, and then the diatomaceous, and then maybe adding a binder, which it would be like the activated charcoal, or doing some bentonite clay, or doing possibly or zeolite powder, which helps with heavy metals. So all of that will help to bind to the die-off and what is going on in, leaving toxicity within the body. So getting rid of all of that from their excretion, and getting rid of that waste, the byproducts, and all of that. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn this around because I had originally taken some snapshots, which I'll show you. I've been playing around with this. However, it jumbled up my screen. I had like everything on here, and so I'm thinking that I'm going to have to just play the video and we'll see what happens. Make sure, you know, if there's a copyright, there's a copyright. What matters to me is getting the information out, and now I'm not sure how to turn that off. I guess, whatever. Let's turn it around. Oh boy. How do I turn it off? Oh, right there. Got it. Okay. So I'm going to turn this around, and I have it in a part where it's helpful, but you guys can also go and watch this, okay? Yourself all the way through.
All of us. Everyone you've ever met and everyone you ever will meet will have those. Therefore, by taking these, let's say you didn't have parasites, which would be maybe 1 in 100 trillion don't have it. If you didn't, then what it would do is turn off the cancer pathways and kill cancer stem cells. So, not too bad. So how do you deal with the fact that you probably most likely have parasites and you do not want to undertreat them? What we have found works. And of course, you've got to get this from your doctor, so you've got to work with a doctor that can help you get these medications. But what we have found works is if you use a combination of ivermectin, praziquantel, and some use either something called pyrantel palmitoate, or you can use mebendazole. Mebendazole is like fenbendazole. They're in the same group called benzimidazoles. So you need one of them. So you need a benzimidazole, you need a praziquantel, and you need ivermectin. That will pretty much take care of everything. Now, that's all the worms, because parasites are either worms or single-celled organisms called protozoa. The thing that we know that eliminates protozoa is something called tinidazole, which is like metronidazole. You might have had metronidazole if you had, well, for women, sometimes if you had Gardnerella, or if you had, what do they call that again? You know that where there's a fishy odor? Well, and they give you that. It's called metronidazole. Well, it's a cousin of tinidazole. They're in the same class, but they both kill protozoa. Now, there's another protozoa called entamoeba that is responsible for amoebic dysentery and things like that. But whenever we're taking out root canals, or we're taking out, we're cleaning out cavitations in the jaw from a failed extraction or something, and they send the pus to a DNA lab, they're finding, I'd say, I haven't found a case yet where there's no entamoeba. So not only are there all these bacteria in our jaws and our mouth, but there's also these parasites called entamoeba in our jaws. That's what I would do. I'm not saying you should do it. I know you got to work with your doctor. You can tell him to call me and her to call me. We can discuss it. I'm always happy to collaborate. But we use ivermectin, a benzimidazole, and the praziquantel. That gets them all. And then, of course, the tinidazole. The other thing is that there's always funguses involved. So we add in nystatin and or fluconazole. And your doctor will know what all these are. And I'd be happy to collaborate, as I said. And you can always contact me on the website, drlodi.com, and we can set up a consultation with me and your doctor. Or a lot of these are available online. It's called, and another one is niclosamide. Because niclosamide can take the place of praziquantel sometimes. So it's really good, though, niclosamide. And it also turns off cancer pathways. And you go to niclosam.com. I think the only one that's really seems to be hard to get for people outside in America and Europe is the ivermectins, for some reason. The rest of them seem to be, you can go online, what's it called? Pancure, PANCUR.com, and you'll get the fenbendazole for dogs, but it's still in the tablet form, 222 milligrams. And, you know, we usually tell our people 222 milligrams 3 times a day. Ivermectin, 12 milligrams 3 times a day. Praziquantel, 600 milligrams 3 times a day. Tinidazole, 100 milligrams 3 times a day. Fluconazole, 100 milligrams twice a day. Nystatin, 500,000 units 3 times a day. You should never do all this stuff on your own. And so I will talk to your doctor if you'd like. 3 weeks on, 1 week off. 3 weeks on, the 1 week off is to give your liver a break. Now, this is going to be bad for my liver. Indeed, it's going to be bad for your liver. Your liver enzymes are going to go up, and then they'll go down. And then they'll go up, and they'll go down. However, If you don't do this and you undertreat them, these guys are going to migrate and find and burrow in your brain, burrow in your pancreas. You don't want that. You want to get rid of them. So you do that. Now remember something about the liver. You can cut out 2/3 of it and donate to a sibling, and it'll grow back. The liver in humans is our lizard tail. It grows back. You pull it off, it grows back. So don't worry about it. If your liver enzymes go up, they'll come back down. The only time they don't is if you have hepatitis, but if you have hepatitis, you already know about it because you're sick and you're yellow and you don't have any energy and all that. But so.
All right, so that's what I wanted to share because this is very important for our health and to really know what we're doing. You know, we can play around with things and we can try to do things, but we want to really use the knowledge and apply that. So it's wisdom with people who have the information, or when we go within, it guides us, right? There's synchronicities that happen, and we are able to then use that information as wisdom and help ourselves. And then overall, it's helping everyone else. As we clean up, then we clean the earth up in various ways that are outside of what we see with these physical concave eyes. Okay, so that is it. Again, I will leave the link in the description box. I will also maybe put some stuff about Dr. Robert Morse. I've done some parasitic cleanses with tinctures, herbal tinctures in the past, several of them, for a long period of time, like for a month on, and then take some time off and then do a month on. And that was, yeah, for parasites and fungus. But I have not gotten to the root of it and hit them hard enough. And with the wormwood and all of that I've done, it needs to be consistent. And I think the 3 weeks on and 1 week off is helpful, whereas he does talk about some resistance that can happen. We know that these types of entities will actually build up resistance, just like fleas that we're seeing today and other things like that. They evolve in a way that helps them to be stronger, those that do survive. So what we need to do is come in full bore, and or I'm not saying we as in you need to do this. I'm saying anyone who is on this path, who is doing this with their help and from someone who is trained and qualified, that includes your inner doctor or inner higher wisdom would be a better way of not having a commercialized doctor, but you can help yourself and be able to um, basically terminate the contracts with these parasites. And that's a good way to say it. Removing our energy frequency, our unique energy frequency signatures, and to, yeah, rescinding that signature, revoking powers of attorney, and terminating all contracts, vows, agreements, and being able to live free. And that comes in various stages on various levels, but it starts from doing the inner work, and then our footsteps then go forward to have our actions align with who we truly are as these living creators, who we need to take our power and authority back and to live in that by standing and knowing thyself. So I hope this helps you, and definitely if you watched yesterday's video, this is a continuation of learning, remembering, and moving forward to repair any type of damage, separation, division, inner schisms that are then projecting onto the outer stage. And so because of being creator beings, and we need to make sure that we're doing what we came here to do, to correct our mistakes and then to live in wholeness and balance together. Because if one is right, not free, then no one's free. Unless we're all free, no one's free. And so This is a collective way of doing things that is rooted in truth. Love you guys, and I hope you have a great day. If you have any questions, you can leave it in the comment box. I'll try to get to them, and maybe someone else will come along and bring some comments in as well. And I hope that you do your own research for yourself and